Well, obviously, I know you're already soaked. I mean, how am I supposed to know that it's just gonna get rainy all of a sudden? Well, it sure wasn't raining earlier. I mean, well, the phone said there was a chance, not for sure, but a chance. So what you want? Want to bring around an umbrella? Uh, if just water comes out of nowhere or something like that? I mean, why does it really matter now? I mean, we're here. We're here now. I mean, just stop crying about it. At least no one's seeing you all just like sopping, like wet and all gross. You got no one else to see that. Well, maybe just me, but I don't care. I mean, look at me. I'm like soaked too. I'm not complaining. Yeah, well, if you want to stop just getting soaked, then how about just open the door already? You're the one with the key, not me. I'm just the one following you around. What do you mean? Come on, I get it's raining, but really? I don't know. Okay, where did you drop it? Where, like here? Where did it go? Oh, okay, yeah. I got it. Okay, I don't know how I got there. Yeah, I'll I'll open the door since you can't hold the key. Okay, don't be mad at me. You want to just throw it out again? However that happened. Yeah, well, the thing is that's not really my job. I'm just here to follow, right? Just follow you, make sure that no one decides to, I don't know, blow you up or something. I'm not. What am I gonna do? Protect you from also the rain? Yeah. I got it. Oh, well, it's about time. Well, Doesn't it just feel a lot better just being out of that rain now? Look, I get it. It's like it's easiest to put the blame on me when that rain just comes out of nowhere. What am I supposed to do about that? Just like force it to go away? I already know why we're so like discussing this. You're already at your home, so just you know you have to keep complaining. Alright, just get settled in. Cause I mean, I'm pretty sure you're already all like tuckered down and everything from whatever that kind of party was. It was terrible. Yeah, I don't know. I prefer something a bit more lively, but I guess that's not for me to say because that wasn't for me. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. There really isn't anything left. No, that was really it. Right. Just so the party social gathering, some might call it. Right. Yeah. So of course, yeah. I'll just leave you to clean yourself up and then get changed and all that. Right. Yeah. And then once all that's done, then yeah, then I can take my leave for the day. My glasses, no, these stay on because everyone has to know when they see me that I'm serious, right? I'm not like no I'm not some pushover bodyguard from like Timu or anything like that. No, like I'm like the real thing. You know, if someone tries to mess with you or with me, but mostly you, because I don't know why you have so many random uh, enemies, unfavorable fans that just want to get up in your face. It's okay. I can just like throw them away and into the side of a building. Right? No one else can do that. That's only me. Me. That's only my thing. Right? And then, you know, with these glasses, you know, they'll see me and they'll be like, "Oh, that's terrifying." Right? These mean business, right? And then the tie as well. That's like it screams professional. How I mean, how wouldn't it? Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for, um, however many years now. You know, you know. I mean, of course, you know. You literally looked at my my record. Yeah. So, so like, of course, I'm gonna like keep these on. Like, these are kind of expensive. You know, it's not cheap getting them custom made. I mean, like, look at them. What? You you really gonna? No, don't pull that card. You're seriously ordering me to take them off? Uh, Go do your thing, and then you'll find me in the kitchen without the glasses. Okay. Well, whatever. You're the boss and everything. But you want like a coffee with that? I don't mean it literally. Too late, I guess. Yeah. I'll get one ready for you then. Okay. Wait, how do you use this thing again? Oh, Mike. I mean, okay, maybe just because I looked at like a video or something won't exactly mean I just like learn how to know how to do it. That looks good enough. Looks more like hot cocoa. Um, I think this will pass off. No big deal. No, they won't know the difference. No, I'm fine. Bit of milk? Wait. Um, yeah, that looks good. No, that's good. I would drink that. That looks great, actually. You know, this isn't exactly mentioned in my pay, but dang, this'll do. Yeah, it says hot. Well, well, how'd that go? I mean, you sure took your time. I don't mind it though. Anyway, there you go. It's no, yeah, that's coffee. What are you talking about? I mean, just take it. Either way, it's gonna be pretty good. Obviously, I know it is. Yeah. I mean, what, you had enough time to yourself to ponder about what that party really, I'm like, what actually went on in there? It didn't really seem like that much interesting was like actually happening in there, you know? Well, I guess for me it was kind of more like uninteresting since I have no attachment to it whatsoever other than just, being your detail. I don't know. It's like for the most part just being there. It's got a bunch of weird looks for some reason. Oh, you know what? Uh, I did say I would take these off, right? Give me a moment. There, you happy now? Well, back to what I was saying. They're probably looking at me because of my glasses. Like I said, I look pretty mean with them, don't you think? They can't even see my eyes under there. They can only see the reflection of their of their frightened face of seeing an absolute monster in their presence. They can't even handle it, right? So then, that also means they can be always at ease and relaxed because of my presence. And nothing gets past this. Are you like for real? Like easiest job in the world for me. Yeah. Man, that was like that lasted a lot longer than I thought too. I oops. I had kept track of that time the moment that we stepped out of the car. We were there for like 5 hours. That sucks. Imagine having to be forced to like socialize and like, but also be on guard for that long. Nah, that can't be me. I'm perfectly cool with someone looking at me a little weird and then just like throwing them out of my way. And it might not, they might be kind of mad when it happens. But some people just like look mean. And it's like, no, I don't want that. Well, off they go. Easy as that. But I got that full confidence in my ability. You should too. Because I obviously know I wasn't my my service ain't cheap. Full quality bodyguard in like 24/7. Like the moment they get signed out and everything gets sorted out. Like, yo, you bet I'm like giving it my all. You can like ignore that whole like raining part. That's besides the point. But everything else I did pretty good, right? Yeah, I know I did. I don't need you telling me that. With like my record and everything. Hmm. Well, it was pretty loud and annoying. Mostly annoying. But I guess maybe that's just me, right? Because I had to endure that. Honestly, I don't even know how you deal with all those kind of people. I get so sick of it. Give me a week and I want to get out of there. Like, I'm done. It's like, give me something else. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I get it. Where some of the people there were super passionate about your work, I suppose. But, man, like, all up in your, well, as close as I could allow it, up in your face and everything. Yeah, I guess it is rather rather competitive too. Well, along with all your little fanboys from your from your little fan club there, I suppose are equally some that were not too pleased with your presence there. Although I mean, quite fair that they are your direct competitors. But like, why they gotta look so mad? You know, like what are they gonna do? Right? If they so mad about your success, then why don't they just work towards it? Okay, simple as that. I don't know. I swear they can. People like that can be so dumb and not realize it. Kind of makes me feel bad for them. But that's okay. Yeah. Well, I suppose when you're climbing through when you're climbing up in your own way, you're bound to get noticed. Right. It's not exactly, possible to just expect it to be a completely smooth ride without, a few bumps here and there from a few certain people that just can't help themselves and mess with you in certain ways. Yeah, oh, I know that feeling. Yeah, I exactly just magically get here, but that having a few other people wanting to, well, what was the word? Square up? Throw, throw down? They used funny words. They were strong. Admittedly, not strong enough though. And then lucky for you, you don't have either one of those people, up in here under your under your contract and all that. You know what I mean? Just think about it. Maybe in some kind of way, when you have opposition like that, maybe it just means that you're doing the right thing. You know, maybe it's just a little bit of extra proof that you're going in the right direction. Because you don't need those to like find approval out of. No, not really. Well, maybe in some way you can see it as a way to you keep going. Because to stop and turn around, well, that's kind of giving them what they want, right? So it's like, screw them. Just keep doing you and don't really worry about it. Because as straight face you were trying to be, I could kind of tell it was parts that were getting to you. And I know that's not really my job to be putting out that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't really mind to make you, I guess, aware of that in some way. Like, even though I'm quite the physical person, it doesn't mean I'm, like, dumb. I sure hope you didn't have that kind of impression of me. Actually, I wouldn't blame you with the glasses on. It's like a whole different me, like unrecognizable. Yeah, that's fair, actually. Yeah, you can keep thinking keep thinking that way, actually. Like I just knew those were a good investment. When I saw those, I was like, whoa, there's no way I could miss out on that. And then just just like a limited run gacha, I like went all in, and I got to reap everything. Yes, I made I made that kind of analogy for some glasses. I mean, it's like pretty much identical. Those mean a lot. And anyone else with those glasses, they look like clowns. They can't pull it off like I do. No way. It'd be like criminal. Like that's my look. That's like my signature look now. They see those shades and be like, oh, no, I don't want to mess with that. I know who those belong to. Yeah, that's what like. Uh, I'm getting maybe I'm getting a bit sidetracked. Uh, where was I? Oh, that's right. Y- I'm sure you still get my what I was trying to tell you. Right? Just don't let that like, get to you that much. Cause it's like, what would those people really mean to you? I mean, nothing. I mean, who are they? Right? Them being unproductive about just haggling you in that way, when instead of just, you know, complaining and kind of being losers, they could just spend that time doing something for themselves. And then just like that, they don't have to like get on other people's cases that like they absolutely have no business in looking at. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to tell you, just to reiterate, is that you shouldn't concern yourself over, over a bunch of like nobodies. Because even though they're just haggling you, like who are they to, to question what you're doing? They're not the ones in your exact position, right? So then, why, what, why allow yourself to humor that? Yeah, I suppose I can. No, I fully understand that. Because I'm sure that isn't like the first time you dealt with something like that. Whether it be in person or through online or something. Because you can have a lot of good feedback and stuff, but just you can have those certain bad ones just like stick out and manage to get to you in some way. Yeah, that is true. You're gonna have to accept that. You're gonna have to accept that there'll be more. There'll be more just like them as you keep on expanding that, like your influence and all that fun stuff. But then it's really not much to worry about, because just as much as there's gonna be more people like that, well, you're gonna have all that like all that much more of the kind that genuinely do support you, that look forward that what to what'll be next from you, right? And it's like you might get lost by just looking at the negative stuff, but there's gotta be like like the positive stuff to remind you of why you're doing this in the first place. You know, to keep you from doubting yourself, of questioning whether if this was the right thing or not. You know, I think what you should be telling yourself at this moment is you've already done so much to get here. So then why would you stop now? Because if you did, then all that past and prior effort would be for nothing, wouldn't it? Because I'm sure your future self doesn't want you to just give up on it. They want you to keep going. Because once you give it up, how are you going to get that back? Right? Because I'm sure there's quite a bit riding on it, on what you're doing and what you're choosing to believe in. You know, and it's, you know, you can look back and see like how much has already changed, how like, you know, you're still quite a bit of ways away from where you want to be. But even in this position now, you know, came a huge distance from like how it was before. So the last thing I want to see is you allowing someone else to take that from you. Because much as someone just wants to just crumple that and just watch it just fall apart for you, there's so many others that would like to participate with you. You know, be there and seeing it happen and seeing it grow. Because through what you do, you're able to reach them in a certain way to where now they became, you know, they're able to become your fans through that. Because even with like all those you've seen in person, there's still so many more that you're able to affect in such a way that you have all the support you do now. Are you thinking you're feeling tired now? Okay, that's fine. I mean, you did do a lot today. You did do a lot today. Deal with a bunch of people. I mean, yeah, at this point you... yeah, because at this point, well... yeah, I would say you deserve that rest. And then, well, tomorrow you can... well, you can get back to focusing on what you want to focus on. And all that. Yeah. I mean, you probably don't need me to tell you, but... yeah, I think, like, you got it. You got it. You know, for like the certain difficult things you're able to just get through. Well, you know, why not this? You know, just like any other. So it's no biggie. Give it some time and you're just gonna forget about it. You know, the more you think about the negative stuff, you can start regretting it. You know, you start Don't do that to yourself. Like, so just, rest up and get all fresh, and then just, then you can just like remind yourself or just show yourself that like there's a lot of support out there. You know? And you're not be going through that alone. I mean, you got like the best kind of like support you could ever take on. And, well, whoever those other guys were. I mean, yeah, I might be familiar with them, but I kind of didn't care to know about their names. I'm not protecting those people. I don't care. I am getting sidetracked. But anyway, yeah, maybe if there's another party or social thing, whatever. Just let me deal with it. Cause that's like part of my job, right? Working with crowds and all that funny stuff. Oh, you pay me to do the stuff that you can't or don't want to do. As simple as that. I mean, like name me like one time that I couldn't, keep up with my word. It's like, yeah, I didn't think so. Because there hasn't been a time like that. So it's all dubs here. Okay? Well, I'm gonna do a few preparations for tomorrow. And then I think then finally I'll just have my turn in sleeping. But if there's anything you need, you know where to find me. I think for the most part I'll be... Yeah, I'll just be out there. And then by the time... Wow. Time is it like an hour? Oh, yeah, maybe like within the hour then I'll be in that back room. Yeah, okay. We just rest up and then call in anything, okay? Oh, maybe not anything, because I'm not a maid or bodyguard. Right? Unless I was like a maid bodyguard thingy. Oh, that sounds like a good idea, actually. No, that's like too much work. I think I'd rather do the, the smacking around instead of the, the dusting around. That doesn't sound as interesting. And I'm probably not that good at it. Okay. Well,